Zangorwarrior, and I play video games upside down. Well, it's been quite a while since I've done a new video on this channel. So you can say my whole summer has pretty much been... As you all know, I love me some Uncharted 4. And what do I love more than Uncharted 4? Uncharted 4 multiplayer. I mean, obviously, who wouldn't have seen that one coming? I play multiplayer so much ever since day one. Have I gotten better at the game? No. The answer is no. But I do have my fair share of good plays in matches. I swear, I totally don't suck. Look, I have 23 friends. I totally don't suck at this game. So, to commemorate my first season of multiplayer with my diamond ranking, as well as my new ranked taunt, plus I was demoted from master rank at least 5 times because of shitty players, I would like to share with you all Zangey's best plays in Uncharted 4. Multiplayer. Me and my heartbeat controller have been through it all, so let's just hit the PS button and start this bitch. It should start in a couple of minutes. Ah, here we go. Let's start with the first one. This guy comes in through the cave and tries to shoot me. And fails. Then I decided to use my El Dorado to try and get rid of the other guys. And the funny thing is, I got 2 of them marked, but they're just too worried about reviving the one guy I took down. Later they all be like, we're taking damage now? Fuck it, we're getting out of here. One reviver goes down, so I thought, man, it's all clear, I can do this solo. Threw the grenade blindly into the air, didn't know the brute was there, boom, he's down. And then one guy jumps down from above to try and kill me. And then another guy comes from the other side. Boom, another one down. And I KO this guy right here. 2 more people come running into gunfire. Boom, both are down. I tried to KO them. Another guy charges in with the Shintamani stone. I shoot him down as well. And I celebrate with a fancy victory taunt. So classy. This is how you do a flank from behind. First, I take this guy down with a flying rope melee attack. Instant KO. This guy doesn't know I'm behind him, so I shoot him down for a grenade, so the savior can be like, don't worry, grenade, I'll save you! One of my teammates tries to charge melee this guy. Completely fails, so I shoot the guy down for him, and then I heal his Vold vagina. Yes, that's actually his PSN tag, I find it kind of funny. And then I cover behind here because there are more guys behind me. This brute's got me covered like a mouse. So I thought, fuck it, I'll just take down this other savior. Shoot him down for a grenade, 2 saviors down in a row. 3 guys are on this side, so I throw an El Dorado at them. Then I push forward, run completely past them, and they just ignore me and just kept shooting at the other teammates of my party. And the match is ended before I had the finishing kill. The best part is when they just pretended I wasn't there. Says a lot about my social life, really. Now this one is at Remnants again. Remember, I started on this side, and I want to show you how I got back here unscathed. Okay, I roped myself to the middle, which is an open zone into getting wrecked by the enemy team. But luckily, I shoot down this guy because he's poor at his job. And lo and behold, another challenger approaches from the other side. He tries to shoot me and just backs away like a pussy, even though I'm marked. So like a stalker, I follow him, swing my rope, press square, demolish his fucking ass in the air, and rescued myself just in time to go back to the middle to wreck this guy who just KO'd one of my teammates. I'm like, oh well. And then, to finish it all off, I perfectly dismounted back to where I started. 10 out of 10, hashtag Rio 2016 and Roadmaster Tweak. Alright, we're on Island now. Here is where I go for a nice old linear barrage. Odd phrase I just made up on the spot, but nonetheless, got a better phrase to call this? So my starting point is here, as I make my way through the rocky gates. Oh look, 2 guys! I tried to take them down, and I quit my Argo wall by mistake. So I said, fuck it, headshot this bitch, and I KO this other guy before I move on to the sniper spot. But this other guy decides to shoot for the hell of it. Headshot him too, and I take him down without any trouble. Then my final trip is to the Ice Hill Corner. But this guy is like, yo, you messing with my girl, homie? And of course, it's Batman. So I just take him down. Either him or Superman, right? Then this bitch pops out and she's like, you messing with my man? And I'm like, oh yeah? That brute's just another distraction. And then I shoot that bitch in the face. End point. And that is how you make your way for that spot that everybody loves to camp around. Efficiently. I mean, there is no easy way. This is just my way of doing it. Here we are, my first close match just to bridge the gap. As you can see, our team is clearly behind with 24 to 37. Then all of a sudden, our team woke up and are like, shit, we need to win this match! And so this happens. Play to the best we can possibly can. History in the fucking making right here as we drive this action home. Quite surprising because this change in how our team plays doesn't usually happen in Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Just watch this emotional action unfold as we just keep pushing, mowing down these guys while they run away like pussies. Skip ahead a bit, forget about that mine right over there, didn't pay attention to that shit. I was more focused on getting more cash when suddenly... I have to revive this guy again. I should kill you myself. Now check out this perfect grenade throw. Classic. At this point, when you're closely tied, your instinct is to try and revive your teammates before they get KO'd, because one single KO means we're fucking screwed and the enemy team wins. Anyways, carrying on. Take down this guy and KO him before retreating downstairs. Someone tried to shoot at me, and I activate my fruit as a defense mechanism, so I can revive this guy and make my way back upstairs to knock out 2 more guys. Ahead a bit here. Now we're 35 to 39, which is like mind-blown surprising. And here is the biggest climax, the Act 3 of Civil War if you want to go that far. Both teams on either side. Who's gonna make their first move? Well, that's fucking lame. At this point, I hardly have any ammo on my HS-39, and all I got is my Argo wall to count on. And while I'm shooting, I was thinking, shit, we're gonna lose, shit, we're gonna lose, shit, we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose, shit, over and over again. Each team has a Chitamani stone, and it's a matter of winning and losing. It's really hard to gain any more expectations whilst you're outnumbered by 3 enemy savior sidekicks. I was on the edge of my seat at this point, and I got down, almost resulting in me to completely flip my shit, lose this match, and fail the fucking qualifiers. But luckily, White Knights come along and heal me. Thank the Lord! Then Naxo over there decides to ambush, and I said, oh fuck, we're screwed. This guy's insane. Close 39 to 39. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? Naxo's down, so I thought, shit, he's down. I gotta heal him fast. I rush over there. One enemy tries to KO him for the kill, as I just lose all sense of hope and try to take him down. Boom, won the match. That was such a fucking close call, and we managed to win at the end of the day. Now just imagine me slumping back on the couch and needing to clean up afterwards. Same match now, but this best play isn't all me. It's all thanks to the brute. Naughty Dog AI at its finest, you can say. At this point, I decided to flank very poorly, I might add. I take out the brute and I'm like, fuck, I'm down again. But no worries, I let my lovely brute to pick up my slack. That's not the best part though. The best part is when Maggie over here starts covering and it's like, whatever, I can take this fucker down. And he's down. Didn't take him long. Now the brute has KO'd at least 4 people by himself. Why isn't there a medal for that? Only Naughty Dog knows that answer. So many ammo pick. Now this best play is really fucking funny because the enemy team are camping at a place where everybody loves to camp and they're clearly going out of their way to fucking stop me. So I go into cover mode, shift from time to time, and if you look at the minimap real closely, one of my teammates makes his way to the middle window to try and get a good shot at them. But I suppose they think he's more of a distraction than anything, so they start shooting at him, whilst I, the stealthy ninja that I am, decide to push, hopefully without making any noise or pressing the R2 button. Now I'm close enough, and they didn't even notice me pushing. That's the fucking best part of it. They just keep running their heads around to stay alive, and meanwhile, I'm just waiting to get some more cash to summon the El Dorado again. Just play this music. Here we go. Surprise attack, bitches! They didn't fucking notice that. It's like a jump scare to them. So they run away for their fucking lives. I shoot them all down. Do a lovely victory dance right in the middle to celebrate my plan. One guy just fucking bolts it through behind me, and I try to take him down as well before he leaves. And I help our team win the match. Sorted. Before I move on, I want to show you something funny I found in just a normal match. This is the enemy team we were fighting against, and I was in a master rank party at the time. Skip! 5 kills already and oh, already a forfeit. That took about 47 seconds. And sadly, the PS4 doesn't know how to record microphone audio from the game. But I can say that the enemy team were talking over each other, and one guy said, "Who fucking forfeited?" Followed by, "Oh, sorry, dude, I knew we weren't gonna win this match either way, so I just forfeited." And he's like, "What the fuck, man?" And everyone was like raging at each other. It was so fucking funny to listen to, I must admit. Next. Don't ask me why I'm covering, I forgot. Anyways, I make my way over here, and I see this guy's username as he subtly hides behind this overgrown stump. So I'm like, okay, I'll just shimmy around the edge so that he wouldn't notice me. Sup? He's down. This person's down, so I KO him, and then I down that guy on my last bullet clip, and that's 3 of them KO'd, just for me to climb back up to my feet again. Now, this is the same match where you can get a chance to experience one of my perfected grenade throws. Don't worry, we'll get to grenade throws in a minute. Just watch this. Yeah. Boom! I take 2 people down, leaving me in a good mood to flank with my El Dorado. So I'm like, nobody will suspect me coming from behind. Shit, my cover's blown. So him and I try to take each other out while sidestepping for some strange reason, and we're both down. But it doesn't matter, I can just look at the carnage I have left in my wake. 3 people down, equally more KOs on my part and assists for them. So this guy revives me just so I can celebrate by dancing. I do this a lot, by the way. Okay, before I continue, does anybody know this dude? No? Nobody? Me neither. Well, I have encountered this rage-filled man in a couple of matches, and I can remember only one thing he said to me. Grenade throwing does not require any skill. The reason why he said that is because other players have mastered the art of grenade throwing, and he just can't see to dodge those pesky grenades, so he just blames it on other players for the reason why the multiplayer is shit nowadays, or so he claims. So, I retaliate his poorly thought out argument by showing...
Coming at you! Down they go! Coming at you! Woo! That's it down!
Okay, moving on. Alright, this is almost as similar to the last play I had in Scotland, so let's see why. Ignore that. I go through this passageway and I'm like, oh, it's just one guy. I can take care of him. Holy shit, 3 guys throwing a grenade. First thing I do when I get crowded by 3 enemies. Luckily, grenade stuns him and I take him down whilst tricking this other guy that I'm going to the right side of his pillar. But nope, fuck that shit. And then I trick the other person that I'm going to the right side of the pillar again. But nope, bust the shit down. And that's 3 KOs while still managing to regenerate my health just in time for a little... And here we have the second close match for today. This time we're slipping behind with 29 to 36, and as you can see later on, they will keep getting more kills as we go on. In this match, I was still trying to get more comfortable with the arrowhead, which I had to work my ass off just to buy it from a DLC gameplay chest. Hence why I was getting down most of the time, as the arrowhead wasn't really my forte weapon of choice per se. In Madagascar, I use the arrowhead a lot because there are a lot of short corners and obstructions in the way that makes it easy for the enemy team to snipe from far away at most places, which is the reason why I always use the arrowhead for that particular map. Skipping ahead again, I respawn again, and it was at this point I declared that we lost and I knew we weren't going to win this match, despite us trying to forfeit. But this footage does show that it makes us look like we're going to lose, but let's keep watching. Right now, none of us got KO'd, but mostly down, including this guy, Semach, as he's the guy who gets down the most, so we had to keep healing his ass while recomposing ourselves on this side of the map. If one of us has to try and ambush to the other side, we'd be fucking insane, because of the last time we had a fucking close match. Right now, I'm steadily trying to revive teammates, just begging not to get down myself, and I'm down again, because Blank over there was just hogging a cover for himself. So I'm like, screw you, I'll take this cover then. Down again. I'm so fucking terrible with this arrowhead. Plus, I was quite foolish being in an open space. So I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna have to push at some point. If we just stay here and camp, we're gonna fucking lose. So that's exactly what I did. Took the brute out, KO this guy, and make my way back to where I was with 39 to 39 again. Semach is down again. I almost freaked out as I make my way to revive him, while one of my teammates has the hunter grapple and take the enemy down, and we win the match. So fuck reviving. It was either Semach or Shinobi. Fuck this arrowhead though. Now this one is more like revenge rather than the best play because this guy goes for the treasure and gets killed. Plummets down below and now I'm really pissed. You don't want to make me angry. Out goes the El Dorado while I push to avenge my teammate's death, who just probably respawned by now. And this guy over here thought it would be a brilliant idea to use his El Dorado on me while I climb up this wall to flank them from the top without them noticing. 2 guys and I just start wailing on them. This guy can't shoot for shit because I'm behind the barriers most of the time. Shoot him down, then I jump while blindly throwing my grenade for good luck. He tried to change weapons only for the grenade to go. He's down. I rush over to the guys reviving each other. Other teammates KOs one guy while I KO this other guy that just got up. And this red machine over here fully tried to shoot at me at point blank range. And of course, he's down. Totaling 4 KOs for my perfect revenge. If you could just see how many medals I got through that play, it just makes me feel so happy to get them all just for the XP. And that's it. What? I don't have any more to show you. Oh, there'll be more. Just click that red button down there or something. I don't care. Wait, where's my goddamn control? Thanks for watching me be a hog god of video games. If you'd like to see me be a hog god of video games even more, check out my other videos on stupid shit that doesn't matter. My favorite is the one where I freaked out so many times. Remember that one? You know, the one including me? Yeah, that one. You should watch that. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Confetti!